Sully was not a fan of any of that.
We got the first fantasy draft of Madden 25. It's not any challenge or anything for today. We're just going to try to draft the best team. We're going to go about 5 years, and we're going to see if we can win a Super Bowl with this team. I've only drafted one team ever in Madden 25 fantasy draft, so this could go pretty bad. I'm not the best drafter. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. With that being said, if you guys have any fantasy draft challenges you would like to see, make sure to let me know. Last year, I did a speed fantasy draft. I did a rookies only fantasy draft. I did a veterans only fantasy draft. So anything like that you guys would want to see, feel free to let me know. I love doing the fantasy draft challenges. But today's kind of a learning experience. We're going to learn how, we're going to see if I can manage to draft a good team here in Madden 25. I think the apples were I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. That Charlie XCX girl might be the worst music I think I've ever heard in my entire life. But we are officially ready to hop into the fantasy draft. I'm hoping I can get an early enough pick to get a quarterback. If not, that's all I gotta say. In the fantasy draft, the Minnesota Vikings have the 28th overall pick. Yes. Well, that's interesting. Who do we take at 28? The good thing is we will have a good snake pick, and there are some quarterbacks. I'm not going to take quarterback yet. I'm either going to take Jordan Love or CJ Stroud in the second round. Don't know which one, but I want one of them, and whichever one just happens to still be there after this first pick is probably who I'll take, because I'm assuming one of them will go. If they both go, then I'm just a moron. Is there any good receivers left? It's looking like Brandon Ayuk would probably be our best bet, 91 overall. He's only superstar this year, which I feel like it's a little bit low. I feel like he should be X Factor. There's also Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle. Well, I also don't want to reach and take a receiver now because there's so many receivers, but these guys are going to start flying off the board. But there's also so many rookies left as well. Damn, this is hard. Maybe I should get like a pass rusher. Jesse Madubuike doesn't have superstar. This game's so bad. Oh, I'm having such a dilemma right now because here's what's going through my head. I want to take a pass rusher here because there's so many good receivers, right? But I also want to use my next pick on a quarterback. And then by the time we get to the third round, at pick 28, after picking at 4, that's so many picks that are going to go, and we're probably not going to get a very good receiver. The only pass rusher here that I really, really wanted is Aiden Hutchinson. Oh, this game's so hard. I think we're going to take a receiver. We're going to go with Brandon Ayuk here in the first round. A little bit nervous about this pick. I'm trying really hard because I did not like the team I drafted last time I tried this. So, Brandon Ayuk, you're a Minnesota Viking. It says it's a good pick. I'm pretty sure it says it like almost every fucking time this year. Jordan Love is off of the board. Hopefully CJ Stroud is still there. Oh, no. I thought they would both make it. Damn. In 8 picks, they're both gone. Well, now I'm thinking we probably just wait a little bit on quarterback, right? Either draft a rookie or draft somebody young. If we don't develop them, we could draft a quarterback next year. And then we could still get a pass rusher. Tell me Hutch is still there. He's still here. Yep, Aiden Hutchinson. Don't even have to think about it. I wanted him so bad. I couldn't take him because I wanted to get a quarterback this round. Both the quarterbacks I wanted are off the board. I really thought one of them would still be there by the second round, but oh well. Quarterbacks. Looks like we still got some decent guys here. Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Anthony Richardson. I'd be fine with any of those 3 guys, so still not going to take quarterback yet. We are going to keep waiting. I don't know if this is going to be a reach, but Devon Witherspoon is still here. I feel like he should have superstar. I don't know why he wouldn't. Look at all these receivers that are left. But I'm assuming there's a lot of rookies left, too. Troy Flank, Keon Coleman, Xavier Worthy. Yeah, there is still a bunch of rookie Marvin Harrison Jr. is still here. I have to. I'm sorry. I have to do it. Last time I did the fantasy draft, I waited too long to draft a second receiver. My receiving core was just terrible. And then this round, we are going to take a corner because that's another position that does start flying off the board. I would take Tariq Woolen, but he's normal dev in this year's Madden for whatever reason. Oh, Devin Witherspoon's still here. I skipped over him. Devin Witherspoon is going to be the first corner we take off the board. He's only 23 years old. He's going to progress like crazy. I need more Red Bull. I'm probably going to show like the first 10 picks, but here's where we're at so far. Got Brandon Ayuk, Aiden Hutchinson, Marvin Harrison, and Devin Witherspoon. So we're focusing on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. Are any of those quarterbacks we wanted still here? Anthony Richards, they're all 3 still here. So I still am going to keep waiting on quarterback until one of these guys go. I will be content with taking Anthony Richardson, Drake May, Jaden Daniels, or Bryce Young. Any 4 of those guys, I'll take. So once one of them goes is when I'm going to take my quarterback. I don't think you have to draft running back very early. I mean, look at all these guys that are still here. The only one that I would consider taking is like Josh Jacobs, just because he is so fucking busted in this game. But if we sort by age here, you will see that there are still an insane amount of good young running backs left. Bijan's still here. Jahmyr Gibbs is still here. Devon Achan's still here. So definitely good to wait on running back. I don't draft O-line in fantasy drafts because the overall of your O-line in franchise really doesn't matter. Maybe we could draft like an interior D lineman. I think that could be helpful. I kind of want to take Kenny Clark. He is already 28 years old, but that's not too bad. I mean, 28 is kind of the age where they kind of start to regress. However, we need a good interior D lineman, and none of these younger guys are really what I'm looking for. I mean, we could take Jerzon Newton, but we're still going to need a second D tackle, and why not try to get a really good one if we're able to? Could also go with Christian Wilkins, but Christian Wilkins doesn't have any abilities. And then DeForest Buckner is 30 years old. Yeah, I actually think Kenny Clark is going to be our best pick here. He's going to start regressing pretty early, but we'll have a pretty good D-line to start off early. Need to make sure I keep coming over here and checking out the quarterbacks. Okay, and they are all four still here. Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Anthony Richardson, and Bryce Young are all still here. We're still good on quarterback. Still don't need to take a running back. Think we should try to get another corner probably. I mean, I would be pretty content with taking Christian Gonzalez. We'd have two really young corners that are going to progress really good. I actually think this is a good pick. We're going to go with Christian Gonzalez here. That's not Christian Gonzalez, but there's no way all four of those quarterbacks just win the same round. You know what? Welcome, JJ McCarthy. Give me 1 second. That's the GOAT right there. That's the GOAT. That's the GOAT. I would just like to clarify, I ordered a JJ McCarthy jersey in like June or July, and I guess there was like a back order or something because it was taking forever. And I shit you not, when it got here in August, within the first week of me getting it, he hurt his knee and is out for the entire year. So that's great. But hey, JJ McCarthy, we'll see how you do here. He's always really good in franchise. So I don't think it's a bad pick, if I'm being honest. Jordan Davis is still available. He's definitely not as good in these years of Madden as he is in the past years because he doesn't have abilities anymore. I think I might go with Jalen Petrie here. He's only 25 years old. He's going to progress. We don't have a safety yet, so I actually think this is a good pick from us. We'll take Jalen Petrie. And then now we're in the 9th round. Probably only going to show like 2 more picks. I probably will only make like 5 more after that. Jordan Davis is still here. The game really wants me to take him. I would also be content with taking Jordan Battle, but we could probably get him a couple rounds later. And Byron Murphy is actually still available. We could move him to D tackle. I don't think that's a terrible idea. Because, I mean, the difference between him and Jordan Davis is a lot heavier, and I think we'll play a little bit better earlier. But Byron Murphy's going to have hidden dev. He's not much lower of an overall, and he's younger. So I actually think Byron Murphy's going to be the pick here. I'm actually really happy with this pick. I think this is kind of a steal. I think I've drafted way better in this video than I did when I tried it last time. Okay, Derrick Henry is still on the board. Do I just take him and then get one of these younger running backs in one of the later rounds? I think that might be worth it. Like, if we could get Derrick Henry, because Kyron Williams is still on the board, Tony Pollard's still on the board, Devon Achan's still on the board. So, I mean, if we could get Derrick Henry and then draft one of those guys to be the backup, I will be perfectly fine with that. I'm going to take Derrick Henry here. I'm not going to overthink it. That's probably going to be the last pick that I show. Actually, I'm going to show one more because we haven't drafted our tight end yet, and that's one that I want to do real quick. So many tight ends just went in that last round. No. Dude, a lot of tight ends just went, by the way. But Brock Bowers was here, and he's not anymore, so that's a little sad. But I will gladly take Dalton Kincaid. I drafted him in multiple fantasy leagues this year. I think Dalton Kincaid is going to have a breakout, insane, crazy year. Just putting that out there for whenever it happens. But Dalton Kincaid, it's going to be the last pick I show. I'll see you guys when the team is complete. And the team is complete. If you can't tell, we kind of had a strategy. Once we kind of filled out everybody with pretty good players, we just try to get as young as possible with players that will develop. O-line is insanely young, so really don't even need a draft for the O-line if they don't play good, because it's just going to take these guys some time to develop. All the fate is genuinely in JJ McCarthy's hands. His receiving core is Brandon Ayuk, Marvin Harrison, Keon Coleman, and A.D. Mitchell. 3 rookies in the receiving core. We got 2 young running backs to play behind Derrick Henry for once he's gone. And we, of course, got Dalton Kincaid as well on the offense. And then defensively, Aiden Hutchinson, Kenny Clark, Byron Murphy, Isaiah Foskey on the D-line, Devin Witherspoon, Christian Gonzalez, and Kamari Lassiter as the corners. Got a lot of safeties, all young as well. And then I drafted Junior Colson. I actually think this is going to be a really good pick. If he could be our main linebacker and rack up a bunch of tackles and get a few picks, he could honestly win Defensive Rookie of the Year, which would be big. We also got Quincy Williams. You know, we have a few older players on this team, but all of them have people that we can slip in and replace others with. I'm actually pretty happy with how the team turned out. We are only a 79 overall, but this team is so young and is going to have so much room to develop. And hopefully Derrick Henry can just put the team on his back right now until he's finally done. But once this receiving core and JJ McCarthy and everybody on this team starts to develop, I think we're going to have a really, really good team. So for the season goal, I'm not going to set it to make the playoffs. We're definitely not a playoff team as right now. We're going to go for 7 wins. I think we could definitely get 7 wins. I did already change the playbooks to ones that hopefully will work out. And then for scouts, I think we're going to scout D-line because Kenny Clark, that is who we got, right? Yeah, Kenny Clark's pretty old. Isaiah Foskey is kind of just a Band-Aid right now. There's a good chance we do end up needing to draft some D-linemen. So Travis Bailey is going to be our Tier 3 scout for this first season. So with all that done, we are ready to get the rebuild started. We got JJ McCarthy. It's all going to fall on him. Honestly, he always plays good in franchise. So, I mean, hopefully it'll work out here. Maybe I should have just kept the Vikings playbook because that's the one he's always in franchise and he's always doing good. But we changed the playbook. If it doesn't work, we can always change it again. But yeah, we're ready to get the rebuild started. I'll see you guys at the mid-season of year 1. We're going to go 5 years. If we can't get a Super Bowl within then, that sucks to suck. Let's get this rebuild going. And at the mid-season, we are 4-2. I will definitely take that. That's honestly better than I expected us to be doing. JJ McCarthy is actually playing pretty decent, could be better. 1,300 yards, 11 touchdowns, 5 picks, and needs to get this completion percentage up just a little bit. Derrick Henry's playing great, 4.8 per carry, 5 touchdowns already out of him. Brandon Ayuk is the leading receiver, 476 yards. He's averaging 80 yards a game, 3 touchdowns. And look, our low overall O-line has only allowed 3 sacks through 6 games. I'm telling you, if you do a fantasy draft, don't waste your early picks on good O-linemen. They do not matter. And then defensively, are we getting to the quarterback? We sure are. 4.5 sacks out of a rookie, Byron Murphy. If he could win Defensive Rookie of the Year, that would be huge. 4 out of Aiden Hutchinson. So honestly, everybody that I want to be playing good is playing pretty good, so I will definitely take that. Let's see what players we have ready to re-sign here at the midseason. We have to re-sign Marvin Harrison. He's already X-Factor. You know we want to bring him back. We're going to give him 4 years, $48 million. He takes it. Should be locked down the rest of the video. Christian Gonzalez is here as well. We'll give him 5 years, $35 million. He doesn't take it. We can always try to get him back at the end of the season. Graham Barton, 22. Definitely want to keep him around. He's probably going to be our center throughout the rest of this video, so we're going to go ahead and re-sign him as well. Junior Colson is somebody I really want to keep around. I think he's going to actually end up being one of the better players on this team, and this is actually a really cheap deal. 3 years, $15 million. He takes it. And then everybody else here isn't too important. I do really want to get back Christian Gonzalez, so I'll probably sim 1 week and re-sign him then. But before we do that, we have a D-line breakout, and then we'll do our scouting national focus. Who got the breakout on the D-line? Is it Byron Murphy? Oh, it's Aiden Hutchinson. I pressed A, so I didn't even get to pick what I want him to do. I think I just picked like 2+ stats. 2+ sacks and 3+ tackles for loss. 2+ sacks and 3+ tackles or loss. Whatever. That's probably not happening. But let's set our national scouting focus position. D-end is one of the strengths of the class, so we'll go ahead and set our focus position to D-end. Hopefully we can replace Isaiah Foskey and have a really good D-line going into next year. And then we're going to sim 1 week. I guess we'll see if Aiden Hutchinson hits that breakout. I definitely don't think he's going to. But we will re-sign Christian Gonzalez here in this next week. I don't think he hit his breakout. It didn't tell me, but I'm pretty positive he didn't. Let's try to get Christian Gonzalez locked down here. He was not interested in the last deal. This is still cheap, even if we bump it up this much. So 5 years, $40 million. That's enough for him. Now we're ready to get to the end of the season. I mean, with how we started, we could potentially make the playoffs this year. I honestly don't think we're going to. We're off of 2 straight losses, so definitely losing a little bit of morale. But I'll see you guys at the end of the year. You never know what could happen. And we go 10-7 in the first year, and we do make the playoffs. The North was competitive this year. Packers 10-7. We went 10-7. The Lions went 9-8. The 1 seed in the NFC is the Eagles at 14-3. The Cowboys went 12. Oh my God, the East was even more competitive. That is insane. 3 teams made out of the East. In the wild card, we're going to be taking on the Green Bay Packers, so we got a division rival in the wild card round of the playoffs. Let's check how everybody did first. JJ McCarthy with a crazy year. He will definitely get a dev up for this. 4,000 yards, 40 touchdowns. He definitely led the league. 15 interceptions is a little bit high, but this is definitely Rookie of the Year. Derrick Henry went crazy, 1,200 yards, 4.6 per carry, 12 touchdowns. Brandon Ayuk was the leading receiver with 1,300 yards and 14 touchdowns. Beautiful year out of him. Keon Coleman, 900 yards, 8 touchdowns. Marvin Harrison Jr., 780 yards and 6 touchdowns. All of our rookies are playing great, which is just exactly what you love to see. Patrick Paul wasn't great, but I've seen way better linemen allow more sacks than this. I will take this any day. Trevor Penning was great. Evan Brown was great. Graham Barton was perfect. And Kenyon Green was perfect. So beautiful out of the O-line. We only allowed 15 sacks on the year. Defensively, Quincy Williams led the team in tackles with 110. 22 TFLs out of Aiden Hutchinson. 21 out of Kenny Clark. And 15 out of Byron Murphy. 9.5 sacks out of Byron Murphy. This could be Defensive Rookie of the Year numbers, which would be huge. 7.5 sacks out of Aiden Hutchinson. 2.5 out of Kenny Clark. 3 picks out of Devin Witherspoon, 2 out of Quincy Williams, 2 out of Javon Bullard, 2 out of Jalen Petrie, 1 out of Junior Colson, Kamari Lassiter, and Christian Gonzalez. So I think we definitely won Rookie of the Year for the offense. I mean, J.J. McCarthy came 5th for MVP, so if that doesn't explain it, what does? Patrick Mahomes wins MVP for the Patriots. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Brandon Ayuk. Didn't expect that. He did have a good year, but I did not expect him to win this, so he's going to go up to X Factor. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Edgerrin Cooper, Aiden Hutchinson in 6th place. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to J.J. McCarthy, of course. 2nd place goes to Keon Coleman. 4th place goes to Marvin Harrison Jr. Defensive Rookie of the Year, we came 2nd to a team in the division. That's life. That's how it goes. Byron Murphy somehow came 2nd with those numbers. Junior Colson had 3. Javon Bullard at 4. Kamari Lassiter at 6. All of our rookies played great. At least we won Offensive Player of the Year. I really thought we were going to get Defensive Rookie of the Year, but I'm not honestly going to complain about it. But we have a wild card game to get into. We do not have home field advantage. We're a lower overall team, and the Packers won the division, so I'm really not expecting to win this game, but most of the time Madden doesn't use logic for who's going to win the game, so there's always a chance that we could beat the Packers here in the wild card round, and we actually do not. So I'm okay with it. I didn't expect us to. We had a very promising first year. We lost by 6 to the Packers in the wild card, but we definitely got a decent amount of dev ups on the season. J.J. McCarthy is definitely going to go up to at least superstar. Brandon Ayuk should be X Factor. I think Byron Murphy could get a dev up anyways just for playing so good. This was a beautiful year from the team. But there's a world where J.J. McCarthy could be X Factor because I think you get a dev up for leading the league in touchdowns, and then he might get one for Offensive Rookie of the Year. I'm not expecting it, but it's possible. The Patriots win the Super Bowl. That's the Patrick Mahomes effect. Talanoa Hufanga is actually your Super Bowl MVP, but J.J. McCarthy did indeed win Rookie of the Year for the entire league. And J.J. McCarthy is up to Superstar. Brandon Ayuk is up to X Factor. Graham Barton is Superstar. Dalton Kincaid is Superstar. And then on defense, Byron Murphy did go up to Superstar. Aiden Hutchinson and Kenny Clark both go up to X Factor. Wow. Quincy Williams even got a dev up. This team is piecing together so beautifully. We're about to have a crazy year too. I can feel it. Especially if we could get a pretty good D lineman to replace Isaiah Foskey on the D line, and if he could win Rookie of the Year, this team's about to be insane. I don't think we missed any important re-signings at the mid-season. I think this is all just like depth players, so I'm definitely willing to let all of these guys go. We'll have a lot of money to work with in free agency, but the first free agency class of fantasy drafts are never very good because every team has so much money. I mean, Demario Davis is here. We really don't need him. All the players that are actually pretty decent here, we don't really need any of them. So we're going to have a very quiet free agency. We're going to get straight to the draft. We're going to try to draft another pass rusher. I think that's honestly all I can think to draft. The O-line played great. Our receivers are great. Running backs are good. Quarterback's good. Tight end's good. Linebackers are good. Secondary's good. So we're just going to try to focus on a good pass rusher here in the first round. Maybe draft like a corner in the second round. We'll just have to see. But there were some pretty good pass rushers here. There's a top 5 talent quarterback. I didn't even scout quarterbacks. I don't know why it's telling me that. This top 5 projected edge rusher is only around 1 to 2 talent. So is this guy. This guy's only around 2 to 3 talent. 2 round 1 to 2 talents projected to go at 13 and 14. I would be okay with either of these guys. Or we could just get this round 1 talent projected to go at 19. We're probably going to have to trade up for somebody. Yeah, I definitely do want the guy projected to go to the Rams. We're going to trade up to 19. We're going to draft Darnell Springs. It shouldn't take too much to get up to 19. He's going to be Isaiah Foskey's replacement, and we'll see where we want to go from there. Also, I cannot believe I forgot to say this in the beginning of the video. Hey, if you made it this far, you're lucky. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and we're doing a giveaway. To enter the giveaway, all you got to do is be subscribed to the channel, take a screenshot of it, and send it to me on Instagram. If you are within the first 1,000, you're entered into the giveaway. It's that easy. Subscribing's free. Taking a screenshot is free. Sending a DM is free. And then you have a chance to win any NFL jersey that you want. We'll be announcing the winner at 1,000 subscribers, so make sure you subscribe and also like the video so that it gets pushed out to more people. Quick little plug because I forgot to mention the giveaway. Also, can Madden please just start resetting the draft picks when you do a fantasy draft? The fact that we don't have a 3rd and 4th rounder is so stupid. Bam, to swap up to 19, we give up a 4th for next year and a 5th and 6th from this year. Our next pick this year isn't until, or I think we have our 2nd round pick, but then after that, there's really not much. So maybe we can get a corner or something in the 2nd round. I don't know what else I would really go for. As long as this pass rusher that we're going to take here in the 1st round is good, that is all that matters to me. I mean, he's a round 1 talent, so realistically, he should be pretty good. Darnell Springs, speed rusher, 6'1" out of Ohio State. Elite excel, great speed. A pursue, A finesse moves, A awareness. Wow, this guy actually looks really good. I'm excited to see how this guy's going to play. He should be hidden dev, which he is. 85 speed at 263 pounds. I actually think this guy's going to be a demon. So that's Isaiah Foskey's replacement. We're going to make one more pick here in the 2nd round, and then we'll let the CPU have the rest because we kind of just have a bunch of dog shit picks after this. The corner I wanted isn't projected to go till day 3, but we don't really have any good day 3 picks. He has really low awareness, so he's probably not the best overall. But A man, A press. I mean, fuck it. I'm just going to take a chance on him because I don't even know what else to draft. We got a B grade, and he has hidden dev, so I will take it. That guy's probably like a 71 overall would be my guess. Probably not the best pick, but there's nobody at all that I was really interested in. So let's get to the draft recap. Let's see how we did. I think that pass rusher is actually going to help this team out like a lot. Moment of truth. What overall is our new pass rusher? He is a 76. I also called the corners overall on the dot. I play this game a little bit too much, but I'm excited to see how Darnell Springs is going to do this year. I think he's going to help out the team a lot. The team's so decked out that I don't even know what to scout going into this year, if I'm being honest. Because, I mean, on offense, I don't see a world where we scout running back, because also I don't draft running backs. It's just not something I do. I never do. They're never good. We have a great receiving core. O-line is not that good on paper, but they played really good. Dalton Kincaid is up to superstar. We have a good linebacker group. We have a good D-line. I mean, we could still technically use one more D-tackle for when we use Kenny Clark. We could probably use a better corner, so maybe we scout like corners, I guess. I don't know. We're about to be so nasty this year. So our season goal for this year is going to be to make the playoffs. I'm not going to set it to win the Super Bowl. I don't have that much faith in us. And I don't even know what to scout, honestly. Sure, let's go with cornerback and middle linebacker. I'm just going to pick the first one so I don't have to think that hard. Quincy Williams getting older. We could end up using another linebacker. You never know. If we're really good this year, there's a world where we just trade our first round pick next year anyway. So with that being said, let's get to the midseason. I'm hoping for like at least 5 wins. We have a really good team right now, and they're all still young and going to keep progressing. So see you guys at the end of the year. Let's see how it goes. And we do have 5 wins at the midseason. We are 5-2, off to a great start here in the second year. JJ McCarthy is playing lights out. Oh, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. 1,600 yards, 17 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. He's going for that MVP this year. Derrick Henry with 660 yards already, 4.5 per carry, 9 touchdowns. He's averaging almost 100 rushing yards a game. That is insane. Brandon Ayuk balling out again, 446 yards, 6 touchdowns. Marvin Harrison's balling out. Keon Coleman's balling out. Trevor Penning isn't playing great. Outside of him, everybody's playing pretty damn good on the O-line. And then the pass rush actually looks like they're going crazy. 6.5 sacks out of Kenny Clark, 4.5 out of Byron Murphy, 4 out of Aiden Hutchinson. Is Isaiah Foskey getting more reps than our rookie? He is. I need to adjust the depth chart a little bit, I guess, because our rookie is not playing as much as I would like him to. But regardless, we are playing lights out right now. Let's see what players we have to re-sign here at the midseason. Have to re-sign Aiden Hutchinson, Byron Murphy, Dalton Kincaid, Keon Coleman, Adonai Mitchell, Kamari Lassiter, Drew Sanders. And that's about it, but we have a lot of money. We're just going to have to spend a lot here. Don't want to lose Aiden Hutchinson. We're going to give him a 4-year, $107 million deal, which he takes. Byron Murphy is not interested for whatever reason, so we're going to give him a fat contract, 5 years, $123 million, and he still does not take it. We'll try to get him back next week. Dalton Kincaid is interested, so we should just be able to give him this base offer for 3 years, $31. He takes it. Keon Coleman, I'd love to keep him around. He's been balling out. 3 years, $22 million. He resigns. Adonai Mitchell, we really don't need back, but I mean, it can't hurt to just keep having depth at receiver, so we'll bring him back as well. Kamari Lassiter, we could use the depth at corner as well. We'll go ahead and re-sign him. And then I think that we got everybody back. No, we'll re-sign Drew Sanders as well because we're going to need him once Quincy Williams is out of here. So next week, we're going to try to bring back Byron Murphy. Don't know why he didn't accept that deal or why he's not interested. He's been playing so good here. And then for our national scouting focus, corner is a strength of the class, so that's what we're going to be focus scouting. If there's one really good, like, top 5 talent corner, there's not many holes in this team. We could trade up pretty high and get a corner next year. So we're going to sim to next week real quick, try to re-sign Byron Murphy, and then we'll get to the end of the season. All right, and we took a loss last week. That's great. Anyways, Byron Murphy did not like this deal, so we're going to give him even more money, I guess. 5 years, $130 million, and he still does not take it. I'll try one more time next week. If he doesn't take it then, we're just going to try to bring him back at the end of the year. Maybe if I just give him an extra year on the deal, he'll take it. I don't know. We just took 2 division losses in a row. That's just fantastic. Maybe I give you 6 years, $162 million. Bam. We had to pay him like he's God reincarnated, but he's honestly been playing like God reincarnated, so I'm okay with it. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. We're off 2 losses right now, so hopefully we still do make the playoffs. And after starting off 5-2, we go 5-5 on the rest of the year, finishing 10-7 again, but we are once again in the playoffs, which is what matters the most. JJ McCarthy led the league in passing yards with 4,400. He also threw 36 touchdowns and only 5 interceptions. In real life, this is an MVP season every time. I don't think he'll win it here because quarterbacks are insane in franchise. Derrick Henry with another great year, 1,300 yards, 4.3 per carry, and 16 touchdowns. Brandon Ayuk had another crazy year, 1,200 yards, 13 touchdowns. We had 3 1,000-yard receivers. 1,000 out of Keon Coleman, 8 touchdowns. 1,000 out of Marvin Harrison, 9 touchdowns. Dalton Kincaid even balled out. O-line was not nearly as good as last year. 19 sacks allowed just out of our tackles alone. The interior did play pretty good, though. Junior Colson led the team in tackles this year. 26 TFLs out of Byron Murphy, 26 out of Aiden Hutchinson, 15 out of Kenny Clark, and 14 out of Darnell Springs. 13 sacks out of Kenny Clark, that's beautiful. 8 out of Aiden Hutchinson, 6 out of Byron Murphy, 3.5 out of Isaiah Foskey. 3 picks out of Devin Witherspoon, 3 out of Christian Gonzalez, 2 out of Quincy Williams, 1 out of Nick McLeod, Kamari Lassiter, and Javon Bullard. Team played pretty good again. We had the #1 offense in the league this year. And MVP does go to JJ McCarthy. He's about to be X Factor. I knew we were making the right decision in drafting him. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Amon-Ra St. Brown. We came in 2nd place with JJ McCarthy, 3rd place with Derrick Henry, 4th with Brandon Ayuk. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Josh Allen. We came in 6th with Kenny Clark. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Brad Lloyd for the Cowboys, no Vikings. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Mike King for the Saints. And we were all the way at number 9 with Darnell Springs. So nothing for him, but he didn't really do much anyway, so I'm not too upset about it. Taking on the Packers again in the wild card round, we do now have a higher overall team. They have home field advantage, but I think our team's better. We played really lights out this season. Offense was good, defense was good. I think we should win this game. I don't think we did. Damn, we just lost to the Packers 2 years in a row. You can't see the score because of the face cam, but we lost 28-19 to the Packers. They have our number. That's honestly a little frustrating. This team really couldn't be much better than it is right now, but I'm going to try to refrain from complaining. We're going to keep the energy high, try to keep the video good for you guys. We had a Texans-Giants Super Bowl this year. The Giants come out on top. They have Lamar Jackson. MVP goes to JJ McCarthy, though. That is absolutely beautiful and gets me very wet. So he should be X Factor, or he will be. He shouldn't. Should be. He will be. Wow, that was not English. JJ McCarthy's up to X Factor. That is beautiful. Looks like Derrick Henry is starting to regress heavily, and once we have to start Zach Charbonnet and Jalen Wright, I don't really see that being very successful because they're not even 80 overalls yet. So hopefully a running back will hit the market here pretty soon, but I do think we have at least one good year left out of Derrick Henry. And then on defense, Byron Murphy is up to X Factor, and Springs did have superstars, so this D-line is decked out. I don't even know who this guy is. Did I draft this guy? This is the guy I drafted. He has superstar. And I'm going to draft another corner this year. I mean, I don't see what else to draft. I mean, Kenny Clark is older, but we don't have to replace him for like one more year. We could draft a D-tackle next year or even trade for one. And if I could get a stud corner and just keep this secondary, like having insane depth with all young players, I don't see a reason not to. I don't think we missed any re-signings at the midseason. I'm still going to check just very quickly. No, we did not miss any important re-signings. So we have a lot of money going into free agency. Once again, it's probably going to stay pretty underwhelming, but we'll still just take a peep at the class. Shaq Thompson, old. Kayvon Thibodeau wouldn't be bad, but we literally have no use for him. Yeah, there's really not anybody in free agency I'm interested in. We could go for Charles Cross. Our tackles did not play very good this year, but I don't even know if he's a high enough overall to be a starter, but having depth on the O-line is never a problem. He's not even interested, so I don't think we're going to get him. Yeah, we're not going to get Charles Cross. That's whatever. Let's get to the draft. There were some pretty good corners. We could try to trade up to get one, and then next year we'll probably have to draft a D-tackle, and we're going to try to have to get a running back here pretty soon, but I do think Derrick Henry's still going to have a good year this year. So there were like 3 corners that I was pretty interested in. Let's see where they're all supposed to fall. There's a round 1 talent projected to go at 9, a round 1 to 2 talent projected to go at 10, and there's a round 1 to 2 linebacker. This guy looks really good, but I don't want to take a linebacker in the first round. And then there was a 3rd corner that I scouted that I didn't even see projected to go in the first round. So if he was a round 1 talent, we'll definitely just take him. He's a round 1 to 2 talent. Juan Diggs, 22 out of Alabama. Not crazy. I mean, I really don't even know what I want to draft this year. I almost feel like we could trade this first round pick and get something pretty good. We could honestly deal with our running back problem right now, I think. So we're going to be trading Zach Charbonnet, our 1st and 3rd rounder, and then a 6th from 28 for Josh Jacobs. So our running back duo this year is going to be Josh Jacobs and Derrick Henry. Don't see a world where that's not successful. And Josh Jacobs, 28, he's on his contract year going into the season, so we'll have to re-sign him, which makes it a little bit more realistic, which I'm perfectly fine with. But now we have a crazy running back duo, but running behind a pretty good interior O-line as well, honestly. So this offense is decked out. Maybe on defense we do just draft a D-tackle because we're not going to have to replace any of these corners anytime soon. We are going to have to replace Kenny Clark, though, so we'll see if there's a good D-tackle for us in the 2nd round. Honestly, trading up for a corner wouldn't have even been smart, so I'm glad that that's not going to be the case. So let's see what we can see here in the 2nd round, see if there's any good D-tackles that we can take. If not, Maybe we just trade this pick for a pick next year. We'll just have to see. So the best one available is Terrell Waters, 22 out of LSU. He has great strength, great excel, low power moves, and low block shedding. He doesn't look very good, but there's genuinely nothing else I want to take. So we're going to go with him. We got an A scouting report. He's only normal dev. I don't really think it's going to matter that much in the long run. I just kind of wanted to get that draft pick over with. I think the team's already pretty decked out. We made the playoffs last year. We got a better running back, and everybody's a higher overall in J.J. McCarthy's X Factor. So realistically, if any year's our year, it's going to be this one. I'm going to set the season goal to win the Super Bowl because I think that's going to be the case. Let's still check out what overall this D-tackle is. He could be pretty decent. No, he's only a 72 overall. That wasn't my best pick, but I don't know. I didn't put too much thought into it. Let's get into year 3. I actually think we're going to have a pretty promising year here. But for scouting this year, I definitely will scout D-tackles because Kenny Clark is about to start falling off. God, this offense is insane. The fact that the offense is insane and the defense looks like this too, like this team is insane. Like I'm so happy with this team that we've built. So we're definitely going to scout D-tackle this year because I don't think Kenny Clark's going to be up to an 88 for much longer. We need to make sure that we move Springs over here to the starting rushing right end. So for our tier 3 scout, I think we're going to go with Travis Bailey because there's a lot of DNs that you can just move to D-tackle. It's what we did with Byron Murphy, and he's been playing fantastic. So tier 3 scout is going to be DN and D-tackles. We're setting the season goal to win the Super Bowl. If it's in a year, it's going to be this year. Let's just see how it goes. I'm excited to see how this running back duo is going to do. Could you imagine Josh Jacobs and Derrick Henry on the same team? Let's get to the midseason. Let's see how the team's doing. I wouldn't be surprised if we're like 6-1 or 7-0 here at the midseason. And we are 6-1 at the midseason. The Bears are actually 7-0. That's a little bit scary, but this is definitely one of the best teams I've ever made. Let's check out the stats. J.J. McCarthy is second in the league in passing yards right now. 17 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He's going for back-to-back MVPs. Josh Jacobs is going crazy. 4.5 per carry, 5 touchdowns. Derrick Henry's even averaging 4.2 per carry as the backup. Keon Coleman's the leading receiver this year. He's balling out. Brandon Ayuk is still balling out, though. O-line's playing pretty damn good as well. And then let's see how the pass rush is doing so far. Pretty good. 4.5 sacks out of Kenny Clark, 3 out of Byron Murphy, 3 out of Aiden Hutchinson. Definitely not as crazy as the last few years, but our team gets a lot of TFLs, by the way. Like, I don't know how any team is ever going to run the ball against us. Let's get into these re-signings. We should have Josh Jacobs here, which I will gladly re-sign him. Josh Jacobs, Kenny Clark, Jalen Petrie, Ricky Stromberg, Isaiah Foskey, Trevor Penning. Honestly, mainly Josh Jacobs is going to be the focus here. We're going to give him a 4-year deal for $46 million. He resigns. He's going to start regressing pretty soon, but after this year, we only have 2 left, so he should be our running back for the rest of the video. I think I'm going to wait on Kenny Clark till the end of the year. I think he's going to regress a little bit and get a little bit cheaper. I want to bring back Jalen Petrie. We'll go very player-friendly, 5 years, $47 million. He resigns. Ricky Stromberg has been playing good on the O-line. We'll give him 3 years, $23 million. He also resigns. Isaiah Foskey, we really don't have much use out of him right now. Trevor Penning is a starting tackle, so we'll try to bring him back. 3 years, $29 million. He resigns as well. And that's going to be all the re-signings we make here at the midseason. I will consider bringing back Kenny Clark at the end of the year, regardless of if we draft a tackle or not. For the Scouting National focus, we'll just go ahead and set it to D-tackle just to be extra safe. I think we could find a good D-tackle in this draft. There's normally some pretty damn good ones. And that's all we got to do here. Let's get to the end of the season. I'm hoping that we're at least like 12-5. I don't want to go 10-7 again. I want to get the 1 seed in the NFC. That's the goal for this year. See you guys at the end of the season. And we finished 13-4 in year 3. It was not enough for the 1 seed because the Bears went to 15-2. That's scary. I really hope we don't have to take them on in the first round. But J.J. McCarthy threw almost 5,000 passing yards, almost 50 touchdowns, and only 8 interceptions. J.J. McCarthy is God reincarnated. Josh Jacobs, 1,200 yards, 4.7 per carry, 10 touchdowns. Derrick Henry didn't get as many carries as like I would have wanted him to. I kind of wanted them to split up the reps, but Josh Jacobs played beautiful, so I can't complain about anything. 3 1,000-yard receivers once again. 1,300 out of Keon Coleman, 12 touchdowns. 1,300 out of Brandon Ayuk, 14 touchdowns. 1,000 out of Marvin Harrison, 6 touchdowns. And Dalton Kincaid had 11 touchdowns on the year as well. O-line played pretty damn good this year. We only allowed 16 sacks through 17 games. That is beautiful out of the O-line. Junior Colson with 154 tackles on the year leads the team. 18 TFLs out of Byron Murphy, 15 out of Kenny Clark, and 11 out of Darnell Springs. 11 sacks out of Kenny Clark, 6 out of Byron Murphy, 4.5 out of Aiden Hutchinson. 3 picks out of Devin Witherspoon, 2 out of Quincy Williams, 2 out of Jalen Petrie, 1 out of Junior Colson, Javon Bullard, Malcolm Rodriguez, and Isaiah Barker. Did J.J. McCarthy get back-to-back MVPs? He sure did. Oh my gosh. Dude, J.J. McCarthy's him. Offensive Player of the Year also goes to J.J. McCarthy. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Quinnen Williams for the Saints. Kenny Clark at number 5. We also got Junior Colson at number 9. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to George Hartwell for the Cowboys. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Tyrese Vincent for the Bears. No Vikings for either of those. We didn't have any rookies really playing at all. But J.J. McCarthy's him. That's all I got to say. We get to take on the Cardinals in the wild card round. They went 8-9. We only have an 85 overall team. We have 6 overalls on them when we won 5 more games. So if we lose this game, I'm going to be upset. That's all I got to say. Thank goodness. I would have been really mad. We honestly should have dragged them through the dirt. We only beat them by a field goal. We won 38-35. Yikes. Well, that's not very promising. Taking on the Eagles in the divisional round. We have 5 overalls on them. We only won 1 more game, but, I mean, we are a way better team than the Eagles here. Let's get to the NFC Championship. We should win this game as well. I'm hoping we do. And we do. We're taking on the Giants in the NFC Championship. Only an 87 overall team. We have 4 overalls on them. We won 3 more games. Can we get to the Super Bowl here in year 3? And we are in the Super Bowl here in year 3. I just got an achievement for winning MVP. I literally did that last year, so I don't know what that's about. Let's check out the team before we hop into the Super Bowl, because if we win this Super Bowl, this will probably be the last game of the rebuild. I said I was going to go 5 years, but what I wanted was a Super Bowl, and it looks like we're going to get it. Keon Coleman is up to Superstar. Dalton Kincaid is up to X Factor. J.J. McCarthy is a 99 overall. Junior Colson up to Superstar. Whole D-line is insane. This team is beautiful. We're going to hop into the Super Bowl. We're going to play a drive. We're going to try to get a win here over the Raiders. I don't know anything about their team. They have Tyreek Hill, Tristan Wirfs, and Isaiah Pacheco. That's about all we know. Let's get some nice uniforms going. Actually, why not wear the white alternates? You know, I'm repping them, and we got J.J. McCarthy on the team. I think that's going to be beautiful. Let's make sure we edit the Raiders uniform so that it's not confusing. All right, there we go. We're going to hop in, play a drive. Hopefully we can get this Super Bowl, and that will be the end of the video if that is the case. Raiders opening drive. They get a touchdown. Takes them about 10 minutes. It's going to be an all Madden simulation for this game. Let's see what we can get going. We have such a beautiful receiving core to throw to. Literally everybody we can throw the ball to has abilities. I want to throw the ball. I'm honestly just really scared. I think Marvin Harrison could be open early here. I actually think he will be. Oh, that was a dot from J.J. McCarthy. Dude, J.J. McCarthy's the GOAT. I pray to God that when J.J. McCarthy comes back next season, that he is as good as Madden franchise thinks he is. He's definitely not going to be, let's be honest. But that would be absolutely beautiful. Let's see if we can find something here. Oh, I am throwing lasers right now. Tight ass windows. We're going to throw it again, honestly. I think Marvin Harrison's going to be open here on the left side of the field. I'll look at the post for Brandon Ayuk, but I think Harrison's going to be the right read. Oh, no. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. He almost got away from 2 of those sacks, but it is now 2nd and 25. That's actually really scary. I kind of want to run the ball, see if we can get some free yards to try to get this first down. We got Derrick Henry as our leading blocker, and he actually, oh my gosh. So much green. There's so much green. And that's a touchdown. Josh Jacobs is in the end zone to tie it up in the first quarter. We get the PAT and we get a stop on defense. Can the offense get down the field? They cannot, but we do get another stop on defense. And it looks like we're getting down the field now. We get a touchdown to take a touchdown lead. And we get another stop on defense. Can we score again before halftime? We're not able to, but we get the ball to open the half. And we don't do shit. And then we don't stop them on defense. They tie it up 14-14. Looks like it's a defensive game a little bit right now. We do get on the board with another touchdown. And we get the ball back early in the fourth quarter. They stop us on defense. They go down and score a touchdown. We do have the ball, though. We get down the field. We get a field goal with no time left. And the Vikings are your Super Bowl champion. This video was so good. I know I said we were going to go 5 years, but there's no better ending than right here. They said I want to be number 9. They always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had a dedication. People hate saying we changed, but look, we made it. Yeah, we made it. So basically, J.J. McCarthy is the GOAT. That's all I gotta say. I don't think I could have managed this team any better. I think I drafted a beautiful team. I got a little bit lucky with how well everybody progressed. Before we check who won Super Bowl MVP, I want to take a look at the roster in case anybody retires. J.J. McCarthy, 99 overall X Factor, 2-time MVP, Super Bowl champion. Getting Josh Jacobs was a smart move. It was worth the first round pick. We had a great running back duo. This receiving core we drafted is insane. Brandon Ayuk, 99 overall X Factor. Marvin Harrison Jr., 93 overall X Factor. Keon Coleman, 90 overall Superstar. The O-line started off weak to start the rebuild. They all progressed beautifully and still played great. I'm telling you, do not waste your early picks on O-linemen. in fantasy drafts. Dalton Kincaid was a beautiful pick, 90 overall X Factor to finish the year. And just take a look at this D-line. Springs is a second year, 84 overall superstar. Byron Murphy, 92 overall X Factor. Kenny Clark, 91 overall X Factor. Aiden Hutchinson, 95 overall X Factor. And then the rest of the defense around him is just absolutely beautiful. Let's see who won Super Bowl MVP, and let's get out of here. And your Super Bowl MVP is J.J. McCarthy. So J.J. McCarthy is a two-time MVP, an Offensive Player of the Year, a Super Bowl winner, and a Super Bowl MVP. He's pretty much already locked in the Hall of Fame, and he's only been in the league for 3 years. God, that gets me so horny. But that is going to be it for this video. Don't forget about the giveaway. Make sure you're subscribed and make sure you like the video. Also, make sure to comment any fantasy draft challenges you guys want to see me do. The fantasy drafts are so much fun, so if we could put a little twist on it, that would be great. If not, just comment any team you want to see me rebuild. I am seeing your guys' comments. We got a Seahawks rebuild coming up. I still want to do the Broncos. I had people asking for it in Madden 24, and I never got it done. But if you made it this far into the video, you're the GOAT, and you deserve the biggest kiss on the lips. This video came out great. I'm so happy with it. I love you guys. Stay tuned for the next video. Deuces.